Welcome back to Redefining Language. This little fun thing that Catherine and I, who happen to be Caledorn today as well,
You're still
together.
Caledorn today as well.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Do you want me to take over at this point?
Yes, let's do that again. Or should we leave this in just to amuse you?
We can leave it in to show people some of the goofiness that we get up to.
Excellent. Okay, we shall do that. Best intro ever. Almost as epic as my Star Trek one.
Yes. First time. Boom. First try. It's all good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game. This is a game that I play with my mom, who speaks 4 different languages. And sometimes when she's speaking English, which is her last language that she learned, she forgets a word. So she would say a sentence and then the word in either Russian or Polish or possibly German. And sometimes I understood, and sometimes my eyes went wonky and like, huh, what does that mean? So I would come up with an alternative definition that was very entertaining and made her laugh very much. And Caledorn and I enjoy playing this game. And Caledorn also speaks several languages, and I unfortunately do not. So I speak English and a tiny bit of French. But I'm always interested in learning new languages and trying to figure out what things are. So, yes, Caledorn has. Would you explain what we have and what I don't have? I.e.,
sorry, what you have and what you don't have.
Yeah.
Where do I begin? I assume you have a computer, maybe a nice microphone and a monitor. You have 2 cats.
You
don't have a dog.
I don't have a dog. Well, what I meant is that you can see the word list at home or wherever you are. It is in the description below, so you can play along if you like. But I have never seen the words. I don't know what the word list is as we're recording the program. This is absolutely hidden to me. I've never seen the words. And so it's going to be a surprise.
And we did a little goof in the last episode where I forgot to turn off the channel in Voicemeeter that actually routes the sound from everything on my desktop, which was supposed to just go to my headset, but I had set it up so that it also went to the speakers. So Catherine could hear, and it probably shows on the recording, some of the words when I had to...
Yeah, they were kind of faint and I couldn't really make them out very well, but hopefully that noise is going to be gone for this episode. So they're going to be just really fresh and so, yeah.
Oh, yes. Shall we just begin?
Let's do it, yeah.
We will begin with the Norwegian word. Ugle.
Does that end with an R or an L?
That ends with an E.
It ends with an E. Here, can you spell this word for me?
Ugle. Ugle.
Ugle. Ugle?
Yeah, Ugle.
Ish. Ugle?
Yes.
Ugle. You know, this word, I'm very, very tempted to compare it to an English word. Which would be ugly. I don't know if it's... Huh?
Totally not expected at all.
Totally not expected at all. Well, but I could go beyond that very boring definition. Did I get a ding, by the way, on ugly?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So the other word that comes to mind when I'm thinking about this, Ugle, sounds like it could be the middle bit of another word that I have said in English before, which would be a person who maybe works in a circus and throws these spheroid objects into the air and catches them in turn. A juggler, sort of. So Ugle could be in the middle of that. Maybe that's close. What do you think?
I think that sometimes you definitely should see my face when you're coming up with these suggestions.
We can arrange that.
Yes, we might have to do that.
We should.
That is creative.
Yeah, we need to do webcams next time. That would be fun. So, could you give us a a dingable definition?
Yes.
Oh, we forgot the dings. Shoot.
Oh well. It's an owl.
An owl. See, I knew that it had to be something other than those two things, because you are not a person to choose either the word ugly or juggler.
Nope.
So, an owl. I should have guessed that. I know you have a fondness for owls, so yeah. All right, my bad. No ding.
Ah, well.
I get an instead.
Yep.
So I hope I pronounced that correctly.
You pronounced what correctly?
The buzzer sound. There you go. You have your sort of better than mine are. Okay, I'll let you do those.
So the next word is French, and I shall have to listen to it quickly first.
Une libellule.
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 Yes, libellule.
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 Libellule. You know what that is. I know what this is. This is such an easy word. I'm laughing just thinking about it because it's very entertaining to me, at least. So libellule is when you go to the public library, the Libby part of this word, and maybe your parents or your friends are looking at stuff and you are so bored that you sit down at the table and rest your head, and the shuffling of the paper, quiet walking of the people along the carpet just makes you fall asleep. So it lulls you to sleep. Hence the libellule.
Mm-hmm.
It's a library, the sweet sound of silence and the soft, gentle purr of the computer hums and whatever else you hear in the library. Yes, we're going to go with that.
Mm-hmm. Alternatively, it might be a dragonfly.
That is one interesting thing about French. Most interesting words like ordinateur instead of computer.
Yes. And they also like to put things backwards. So where we would say NATO, they would say OTAN.
Indeed. That's I don't know that one. All right. Okay. So I didn't get a ding on that one.
No.
But it was very poetic.
That it was. It was very, very amusing. Now the next word, there is a certain degree of anticipation here now from my end.
I was told this was going to be a special episode, so I imagine you're getting to that bit.
Mm-hmm. So the word is Flaggermus.
Flaggermus?
Sorry. No. Flaggermus.
Flaggermus.
Flagger, not flagger, flagger. Cat, please refrain.
Spell it, please. I feel you're talking to me somehow with that comment.
No, the cat was coming up, moving the microphone arm and everything here. You didn't hear that?
Oh, dear. No, I didn't hear it.
Oh, impressive.
Okay, you're going to have to spell me this word for. I find Norwegian easier to pronounce if I can see it in my brain a bit.
I will not spell it to you beforehand. So, Flaggermus.
Flaggermus.
There is an
or
R.
Are you saying it? Flagger.
Flaggermus.
You guys need to convert your R's and make them easier to differentiate.
Maybe I should do it in the Oslo way, which will probably amuse all Norwegians who is watching this very much. Flaggermus.
Okay, so the gr is an R instead of an L.
Yes,
You definitely wouldn't roll your L's. I mean, nope. Rolling L's might be quite amusing considering their shape. They're quite long, elongated, and rolling that kind of a structure, that really rough.
What is most amusing, though, is that you are mixing up the R, which I'm doing in my throat, in my dialect, with an L, yes, which I very, very much do at the front of my mouth, which is the way that I did the R now. So, flaggermus, that I'm doing at the same place in my mouth as I'm doing the L. And when I'm doing the R at the proper place, which is down in my throat, so Flaggermus, you think I'm saying an L. I'm most amused by this.
Yes, I can hear it now that it's definitely an R. Flaggermus.
Exactly.
Right.
That was very good.
Really?
Yes, it
but
was.
only in the Oslo way, not in your way.
No.
I'll have to practice that. Yeah, it was rough. Okay. One of these meese could be. Now I remember that a moose is actually, I believe it's a mouse. Is it not?
Yes.
Did I get a ding?
Yes,
All
you
right.
get a ding.
So I get a ding for that, or at least a half a ding. Now, I don't know what the first bit means. That's the troubling part. I don't know how to turn this half a ding into a whole ding. But if I think about certain types of mice, we have field mice and we have computer mice. And we have the mice that are exhausted because the cats chase them. We have the mice that complain to my cats when they chase them. Those are the most talkative kind, I assure you. This could also be an outer space mouse, but that would be a room moose, no doubt. But it could be like a plushy mouse, but that would be a coast moose, I think. See, I'm learning more Norwegian and botching it completely, I bet. Anyway, so a Flaggermus is I'm just gonna go with a word that starts with FL, like with like a flag-bearing mouse. Perhaps one that walks in a parade wearing red pants and all that sort of thing. And if you're wondering, we just had a Norwegian holiday recently. And we're actually recording on the day.
3 minutes left.
No, it's not quite past. 3 minutes left, that's right. So, yes, this is a mouse dressed up for a holiday, carrying a flag, proud to be a national, happy, patriotic mouse.
It's not a russemus, which would be something very different.
A hussemus? What?
No. It's a bat.
A bat. So, what does the initial word mean? The flugger. Flugger?
Well, it doesn't. I don't think we use that word in that kind of.
It must mean. Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means winged. Winged
No.
mouse. Yes, I know this.
No. I'm not sure we use that kind of a. We use the word very differently, but flagre in Norwegian would be to flap or flap wings or something like that, flying around.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, the flapping
so yes,
ones.
it is actually a flying mouse. Yes. So in Norwegian, bats are flying mice.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
That was most entertaining.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh dear. Oh boy.
Okay, next word is
Your
also
turn
Norwegian.
next.
It's also Norwegian, the next word.
Mm-hmm.
Transportbånd.
Transportbånd or bomb?
Bond.
Bond.
Transportbånd. Yes, transportbånd.
Well, I'm guessing that this word means something completely different than what I'm thinking about. But transport seems very straightforward. And a bond is a bond. So perhaps it's a voucher for going on a transportable machine, like a bus card or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
The way you said makes me think I got a half a ding, possibly, or none.
Oh, you have got a half a ding.
Oh, you know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
What? I got a half a ding?
Yeah, it is.
The other thing it could be Now, this is most serious. As you said, it's Bond at the end. Like James Bond. 007, beautiful suits on that man, I swear. Well, not the most recent guy. He's just, but Pierce Brosnan, oh yes. Anyway, yeah, Transportbånd would mean the car he drives, that fancy thing that Q always gives him. It's usually BMW, I think. But yeah, that's what we're going to go with.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's a conveyor belt.
Oh my god! No! Oh, if you could only see my expression, you would know how distressed I am at not getting this. I missed my own very favorite thing. Yes.
I said this was going to be a special episode.
Oh, it is a special one. Oh, my brain didn't work. Oh god, I need to get this. This is so... Oh. Say it again for me so I remember this forever and ever and ever.
Transportbånd.
Transportbånd.
Yes, you sound German when you say it, but it works.
It's not German. Well, we can work on that. All right, conveyor belt. Transportbånd.
Yes. Speaking of German, Kupflerplatte.
Something yet?
Kupflerplatte.
Kupflerplatte. Yes, well, I know what a platte is, a plate of some kind. Kupfer. Oh, it's copper plates.
Ding!
Like Factorio. I finally got a ding. Woohoo! Nice. Did somebody send that one in?
No.
No? Oh, yeah, you were going on Factorio kick.
Exactly.
All right, my antennas are tuned. I feel Andorian. Yes, let's have some more Factorio words coming up.
Norwegian.
Romanian.
No, Norwegian, not Romanian. Fabrikk.
Fabrikk? Fabrikk?
Mm-hmm.
Is that related to either fabricate, make, craft stuff?
It's not my job to make the definitions. That's your job.
But, well, how are you... Or if we want the funny definition, we could always say it's a fab brick. You know, like they're really nice making the houses these days. They come in all the designer custom colors, even with bling. Fab brick. Oh yes. No, I think it's, well, it can mean all of those things if it's related to the English or French versions of fabrique or fabrique.
Mm-hmm.
Like fabricate, to make.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get a ding yet?
And well, you're onto something, but you haven't.
I'm onto. Does it mean like a material?
No.
Okay.
It's a factory.
Oh, a factory, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fabrikk is clearly a factory, but a brick-made factory, not like one made out of wood.
They often are made out of bricks, but yes.
Yes. Well, and they're made out of fab bricks. Like
yes.
They have gold and like Swarovski crystals all over the outside. They're very expensive, but they're really shiny. Bling bling.
Mm-hmm. Well, the next word is German.
Erdölraffinerie.
Erdölraffinerie.
Ah, I know what that is. Erdölraffinerie. And
Yes.
I'm saying it in French.
Yes, you are, which is very amusing.
Sorry. This is, to anyone listening, this is literally the first time I've heard these words, and sometimes it's hard on first hearing. But I think that's an oil refinery.
Ding! Very well. Erdöl is raw oil, and raffinerie is obviously refinery. That was probably
I
too easy.
clicked onto the oil as possibly oil,
Yes.
and the raffinerie is in French, but
Yes.
that got me onto the refinery bit.
So the next word is Norwegian. Gjøgler.
Is there more?
No.
Juggler.
Gjøgler.
Juggler. Okay. Right. The funny thing about Norwegian words is that I've never grown up around them, and I'm very, very okay at getting Polish and Russian words because I know kind of some of the roots and where they might stem from. But when I hear a word like Gjøgler or Juggler, it makes me think it's possibly Klingon, and I don't speak Klingon that fluently. I mean, I know Kapla and some of the other. Well, I don't really know any epithets, but golly gee.
Golly gee.
Golly gee. No, that's not a Klingon word. That's my own thing. This is a word that does it have a Factorio meaning? I can get out the parts list. I can open Factorio. Hello. Does that mean an iron plate? Does it mean a green circuit? Does it mean a stone brick pathway? So, Juggler is it sounds very Klingon to me at the moment. I can imagine these Klingons saying Juggler, you know, they're just like pointing down at the guy feeding the targ. And I don't know what the heck they're saying to him because I really have no clue. Sorry, I'm not getting the giggles. I might have had those previously, but you never can. Sorry, I get very excited when I think about Star Trek because it's a lot of fun. Right, I should probably think about this more in a Norwegian sense than the Klingons.
Yes.
Would that help?
Yes. I'm not
Is it a Factorio word?
I'm not responding to any questions about the word. Stop that.
Okay. Oh, wow. This This is one of those words that I've got to call slightly blank on. I'm using my very great XP in procrastination skills, where you might not even have noticed. You never can
Oh, I have
tell,
noticed a long time ago.
I know you have noticed. Juggler. Oh. Oh my god, really? The only word I can compare it to, like going for the jugular, like, yeah, that Klingon that he's feeding the targ is in bad trouble. That's all I can say. Dude, you're a dead man. So we'll go with that very nice definition.
Juggler?
Yes. Or jaguar. Could be a jaguar. Like a car or an animal.
It's a juggler.
Cat. A juggler? This is very amusing because last episode we had a juggler.
No, it was earlier in this episode.
No, was it? No, I thought it was
Yes.
the last one where we had the person juggling stuff and throwing spheroid objects into the air. Wasn't that the last one?
Nope.
Oh wow. Are you inserting words like on the
I
fly
might
here?
have. I might
You
have.
might have. Well, you should have told me that it was a Factorio word, and then I would never have gotten it. As it was, I was very close.
Of
Juggler,
course.
juggler, same thing.
Moving on to German.
Flammenwerfer.
Flammenwerfer.
Flammenwerfer?
Yes. Ja.
Right. Yeah? Right. Flammen, I think, is a flame. So I'm guessing flamethrower.
Ding! Again.
Yay!
How boring.
How boring. Yes, I should not get them.
Oh, it's good that you get some. It's also amusing.
Yeah, because my score last time was abysmal. Man, it was really bad for anybody keeping score at home. Oh, geez, I kind of lost.
0.
But the good thing is about that, I have no competitors, so I win every time. I like this non-PvP thing. This is good.
And for the grand finale, we go back to Norwegian and we pop out the very nice and simple word Atomkraftverk.
Atomkraftverk? Kraft something at the end?
Atomkraftverk.
Atomkraftverk.
Verk. Not lach. Verk.
I'm trying to get my ch's in there, but it's very difficult.
There is no ch or lach or anything. Verk.
Lach.
No. V-E-R-K. Verk.
V-E-R-K?
Yes, verk. Atomkraftverk.
Atomkraftverk. Ish.
Verk.
At the end. You would think I would know how to say K's by now.
Yeah.
Having my name being spelled with one.
I hope you can pronounce a K.
Atomkraftverk.
Close,
Not right.
close enough.
I know it's very far. But I will work on that.
I would like to mention that it would be very embarrassing if you couldn't say case, because KatherineOfSky would be rather peculiar.
KatherineOfSky, dear. I would have to be more often. I'm Catherine of Sigh. Right. So I think an atom is an atom. And I'm wondering if this is a processing plant for making nuclear fuel.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way you say it, I might not be on the right track. Did I get any partial dings? There's 3 parts to this word, I think.
Indeed, there is.
Did I get a third of a ding?
You get a third of a ding.
Excellent. Okay, so I got was it the atom part?
Yes.
Or the making part?
The atom part.
The atom part. Right. Atomkraftverk-ish.
Much better.
The craft bit makes me think of crafting, and werk is more like working, I would think. Or could be it could be a nuclear physicist.
Nuclear physicist.
Works on these things. Physicist, yes. The people who are interested in nuclear technology.
Mm-hmm.
Or the idea of maybe it's nuclear physics altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. You say but I'm really not getting much feedback from that. Because
that's the point.
I know that. But I'm wishing for more. It's like, help. No. We must do webcams next time. Not for the audience, but just for ourselves, because they're just interested in seeing the tree. I know. Yeah. So
that's just
I could
evil.
Possibly...
Oh, you're so evil.
I'm not evil. I just know what they want to see, and they would love to see this tree. And I like seeing the tree too. But anyway, the point is that I could possibly divine some meaning from your expressions. And you could see my puzzled look of confusion, and that might be actually interesting for the viewers to listen to, as you're describing my eyebrows knitting themselves together, or possibly
knitting them.
One raising, one raising in a Spock-like gesture of confusion or amusement. Either way. All right, we're gonna go with something about atoms. We're gonna, I think I'll go with I know it's not right because you said nuclear physics, something about atoms, or processing them, possibly.
Processing atoms. Now that's interesting.
Well, kind of like in Factorio, you have this nuclear power plants, but first you have to get the uranium processed in those the whatchamacallit dingamahoppers, the centrifuges. Is it a centrifuge?
No.
You're smiling over there. I can hear you.
Yes, I'm smiling very much.
Is that correct?
No.
No. All right. Is it that thing, the Hadron Collider thingy?
Whoa. That would be an interesting word to use, sir. No. That word, I can't do that in a podcast. You would be totally confused.
I would never guess it.
But I would.
You know what?
I would very much like you to try to pronounce it though, because that is a particle accelerator.
Right, particle accelerator, right.
Exactly,
right.
So you would take it immediately, but you would not be able to pronounce it in Norwegian, I think.
Particle accelerator? Oh god, I've gone French again.
Yes, particle accelerator.
I need to listen to you pronounce. If I'm to pronounce them properly, I'll have to hear you say it several times.
Yes, I know.
The brain does not quite latch on directly.
So, final attempt. Atomkraftverk.
Atomkraftverk. Right. Oh dear. I'm Atomkraftwerk. I feel like this is some medieval guy who's just found some U-238 and he's just banging at it with a hammer and just like, hey, what are these particles? Reminds me of that Star Trek episode. You know, remember the one where they find those the radioactive bits from the downed space I don't know if it was a shuttle or something, and they were making all the villagers sick. Do you remember that one? Or was it a Voyager? Or was it TNG? I can't remember.
No, I do not remember this, actually.
Okay. And everybody was getting all these sores all over their arms. But yeah, that's what the word makes me think of, is some guy like chipping off bits of uranium, like, hey, this is it lights, glows in the dark, it's fancy stuff. Let's go with this. Okay, so what is the definition of the word?
The most funny part is that you've all actually said what the word is. During one of your sentences, you've said what it is.
Yeah, but you didn't ding at me. You should have dinged right away.
No. You have to make up your mind about what something is before I do a ding. But you did say it.
No, look here. I have made up my mind several times, and I have said the Norwegian language means this. And you just didn't get that. I mean, here I am doing my best and telling you all about Norwegian, and you're disagreeing with me. I don't know what that's about.
It is a nuclear power plant.
Right. Okay. Yep.
You were so close, and that's why I was smiling when you were talking about centrifuges, because you literally said nuclear. You know this nuclear power plants in Victoria where you have these centrifuges?
Mm-hmm. I get it. Yeah. That's right. And it works via the atoms. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Was a very nice word list.
But well done for having so many correct ones this time.
Thank you. You had a lot of fun.
Oh, I had a lot of fun too. Oh, especially with the Flaggermus.
Yes. That was a good one. I created all kinds of new words in that one too.
Oh yes.
Alrighty.
Yes. I think we're done for now.
Yeah, we're done. Should I take us out, or would you like to?
No, that's your job.
Oh, my job, right. All right, everyone. Thank you so very much for joining us. We hope you had as much fun as we did. So take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.
See you all next time.